It's the podcast version. If this is your first time listening to my podcast, I do want to say thank you. I am truly grateful for all the support that I receive, even if it's a little support, even if you just listen to me for 1 second, 1 minute, 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. I feel like I am just grateful for all of the support that you guys give to me on a daily, monthly, and a yearly basis. If you are a number one supporter, I truly do love you. Even if you're not, I truly do love you. And with that being said, I feel like I'm learning how to love people, even if those people weren't meant to be put in my lives for a long time. A lot of times we run into people that we only are going to see for a day, 5 days, maybe 8 years, 10 years. And we have to truly be grateful for those people, and we have to truly embrace those people every second that we're with them. And there's a lot that we can learn from coming out of our shells and expressing who we are to those people without the need to hide who we are. A lot of times when we are surrounded by people that we are coming in contact with for the very first time, we feel like we have to cover up who we are. And I don't feel like that's 100% authentic. I always feel like if I'm just being my true self, then I'll start attracting the people that are truly meant to be around me. And a lot of times people may not 100% agree with how we're showing up, but that's okay. I don't feel like we need to take offense to that. I just feel like when you are truly being who you are and you're just having fun with life and you're just moving through life without expectations of being attached to these people, we just are more free. It's also important for us to not get comfortable with the people that we have in our lives for so long just because we're familiar with these people. We always grow and change, and I feel like we always have to get to know people over and over again. Even if we feel like we know these people deeply, we're always getting to know each other throughout the years. I don't feel like if I meet a person one time, I don't feel like I just know them, everything about them. I look at them as a mystery. I look at everyone that I meet as if they're a mystery. So that is what attracts me and compels me to people. If you're not someone that is growing, or you don't have something going on in your life that makes you feel like a mystery to me, I don't feel like you're supposed to be around me. I don't know if that sounds selfish or not, but I just feel like you should be able to teach me something. I should be able to teach you something. And just because we know each other for 5 years plus, 10 years plus, that doesn't mean that I am going to be around you continuously for those 10 years, 18 years. It doesn't matter. So I feel like I should always be getting to know you. When it comes to getting to know new people or meeting new people, a lot of times I'm very nervous when I get around specific people or certain people, whether it be specifically, I'll say males, just because we have an expectation of how well we are surrounded by other people when we meet each other. So it's kind of like we don't want other people to feel like, oh, they have something going on. And I just recently learned how to release that and just open myself to males, just because I don't feel like there has to be any tension between us. There's nothing wrong with having male friends. For a long time, I just was very afraid of opening myself up to having conversation with males just because of, the perception that other people may have of me. I don't feel like this is something that is just a me thing. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that can relate to what I'm saying right now. A lot of females, when we have females that are mainly drawn to males just because we feel like males are just like, some of them are more laid back and we can kind of relate to them more. And I had to learn how to not be, what is the word for it? I had to learn how to not be discouraged or feel like I am embarrassed of being attracted to like male friends, just because like people would consider females that have a lot of male friends as being hoes, or females that are just like promiscuous, and I don't feel like that is 100% true. I don't know why society has labeled us as being that. And particularly females, when you get around certain females, they feel like it's a competition when really it's not a competition. When you're a truly open person and you're open to connecting with all genders and people around you, and it's not even about genders to me. When I look at a person and I start to talk to them and we speak about things that interest us, that is what attracts me to that person, their point of view, how open they are, how intellectual they are. And I just love having open conversations. And I find it sometimes very difficult to connect with females that are on that level, just because they aren't as open as me. And maybe it's because they still have that tension with connecting with males, so they can't really relate to me or my energy. But I feel like we should just start being open to everyone in our lives. I am starting to be open to everyone, and that is something that is bringing me a lot of success and joy. I am reading a book by Billy Chapter. It's called Velvet Dragonflies. You guys could really check that out if you want to. It's really a good book. And there's a quote in that book, and it's labeled Divine Communication. Conversations that feel like a cleanse. Conversations that give us oxygen. Conversations that feel like water. Conversations that give you life. Intentional conversations. You are worthy of that. And I really felt that because a lot of times when we have conversations with females, certain females, it's always based on, oh, how do I look? How do you look? Oh, who is that guy? Instead of actually like approaching the dude or approaching the person that we don't know. And it doesn't have to be a dude, it can be anyone. We instead decide to have surface conversations about who people are instead of actually putting ourselves out there to get to know people more. And it's just based on us being comfortable within cliques or groups. And I feel like a lot of times females are demonized for having conversations outside of their friendships. And a lot of times those conversations that we are having inside of those relationships aren't conversations that are cleansing us, giving us oxygen, water, or life. They're just conversations that are based on things that truly don't matter in life. Honestly, I personally don't like having surface conversations. And I find that when I connect with people that are on my level, I have conversations that are meant for me. They teach me things. I teach them things. And a lot of times we don't have the same perspective of life as someone else does. So when we start to connect with people without being biased about who they are or what gender they are, we start to learn more about ourselves and the people around us, okay? So don't put yourself in a box when it comes to connecting with people. Put yourself out there. Don't let anyone demonize you for being who you are, stepping outside of the box, and allow yourself to truly be engulfed in wealth of conversations, and allow yourself to be surrounded by people that truly support you, no matter who you are, how tall you are, what gender you are, what ethnicity you are. Don't allow yourself to be put inside of a box. It doesn't matter if you stutter. It doesn't matter if you don't stutter. It does not matter. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't let anyone else around you put yourself in a box. Allow yourself to be authentic and just allow yourself to gravitate towards the people that are meant for you, okay? And that was just a big thing on my mind today. I had to really just get that out. And I don't want to say that females are the only ones that demonize other females for connecting with males. I want to say that males do this as well. When you are someone that is not really secure in who you are, you start to demonize other people for being who they are because you're not comfortable. And it's time for us to start setting boundaries around the people that we choose to connect with. And it's time for us to start separating ourselves when we see the signs of people truly not being authentic and open with how they feel about us connecting with other people. It's one thing if you say something to me about how you feel, but even if I don't feel like you necessarily have to say anything either, because maybe that is internal work. There's some internal work that you may need to do there. But on the other hand, if you are someone that is recognizing that this could be a problem for you and you're open about how I am affecting you, and you're seeing that, you know, there are some things that you may need to change, and you tell me that, hey, I think we need to separate ourselves from each other because I'm just not at your level right now. I'm conscious right now. And a lot of times people aren't at that level to fully recognize how they're thinking and how they're reacting to you. So it's important that you separate yourself from people that are operating from that place. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. You don't have to go out of your way arguing or pointing out their flaws. It's all about you recognizing who you are and just moving towards the crowd where, you know, you're more fitting. But I definitely just started connecting with people that are both genders, just because for a long time I've been putting myself in a box because of unconscious shame of me connecting with people that truly resonate with me. I'm learning how to come outside of my shell and truly connect with men, because for a long time I've always been a person that has been connecting with women, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like it's healthy for me to see that, hey, you're not normal. Well, you are normal, but you're not someone that has to do things one way. It's okay for you to connect with males, and I'm realizing that it's okay for me to do that in a healthy way, and I'm truly grateful for that without wondering if I'm being demonized for it. And what I can say is I'm truly grateful and thankful for the knowledge that I have received. And I'm just attracting in more friends of all ethnicities. I said it right this time. And of all backgrounds and whatever else. So to the people out there that are struggling with connecting with more males, even if it's more females, I want you just to be more open-minded about who you are, be more confident in who you are, embrace your softness, your roughness. It doesn't matter. Embrace who you are. It's not okay for you to stay in a dark space. It's always necessary for you to grow within relationships. It's always necessary for you to put yourself out there, get to know more new people. Stop being afraid. Stop hiding yourself. Stop hiding your strengths, okay? Let go of your weaknesses. Be soft with yourself. Be patient with yourself and know that you are safe. You are home within your body. Stand out. Don't allow the way that you look, even if you're not confident in who you are in the way that you look, don't let it stop you from being you. Do not hide your personality. Be who you are. And that was it. And if I kept saying it's because I'm nervous and I'm just truly grateful for having to really recognize this about myself, and I'm working towards healing it. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, I just really hope that you take this information and use it to heal yourself and use it to support other people. Share it with other people. If you feel like this is something that someone else needs to hear, really send this to their phone and allow this message to touch them. And thank you again.